Let's welcome back to the stage Tom Brady.
I actually just graduated from my college, and let me just tell you something, students. It gets worse. It just gets worse. So don't look forward to things, because it gets worse. The thing I missed most about my college, though, and I think they do it here, though, is the sidewalk chalking. Did you guys sidewalk chalk messages to each other? I think that's great. My favorite thing to do was to make addendums to other people's sidewalk chalkings. Like, one would say, like, Kayak Club call-out meeting, 7:30. And I'd write underneath it, bring your own condoms. People would walk by like, what the hell are these kayakers doing? I gotta start kayaking, bro. But the more fun one would be if it said, Christian prayer group. And I'd write underneath it in all caps, no Jews! Just to be really aggressive for no reason. People would see it and be like, that's implied. You don't have to be a dick about it. Yeah, I do. Got to keep those Jews from sneaking into church. Big issue. So, I actually do have one holiday-related joke. I wrote one because Dan was talking about it. And it's about Black Friday. Because I get super into Black Friday. Like, I get really excited about it. Because it is my favorite of Ice Cube's movies. I'm glad you guys like that. I take a vitamin every day. That's a horrible transition. Who gives a shit? I love vitamins. But I take a daily vitamin, and on the back of my vitamins it says only to take one a day. But like, what would happen if I took more than one a day? I don't understand. Like, can you die from overdosing on Flintstone vitamins? Because if so, I need to go die on overdosing for Flintstone vitamins right now. Because that would be the best death of all time. I can't even imagine how pissed off my mom would be about me overdosing on vitamins. Be like, oh, I heard about Tom. That's too bad. Yeah. He yabba dabba died. Another good transition. My grandfather died from Alzheimer's. Which is not funny. That's not funny, but it happened. That's a thing that happened. And I do want to tell you guys about it. Because Alzheimer's wards, I don't know if you guys have been there, they're the most emotionally confusing places ever. Because in one room, like, I've got my grandfather who doesn't remember, like, who his son is, and that's really sad. But then I walk out of the hallway, and then there's this woman whose only goal in life is to show every single person in the world her titties. That's it. And, like, she just wants everyone to see her 80-year-old titties, and that's it. And she's in this epic battle with the staff to show everyone. And here's the thing, she wins, like, 90% of the time. She's like the goddamn Harlem Globetrotters of showing people her titties. Just look at them. It's sad. That's what it is. But the worst part is that, like, with Alzheimer's, you just lose your mind. So my grandfather, like, didn't get to have any, like, meaningful last words. Like, there's no closure there. So instead of saying something meaningful, he was so far gone that his last words were just like, Raisin Bran's weird. And then he was just dead. I can't explain to you guys how funny that line is to me, even though it's so sad. I'll tell you guys this. I moved to Athens. Before I moved to Athens, I was in a long-distance relationship. And I'm always, like, really surprised that someone's attracted to me. Like, that shocks me a little bit. Because I've looked at myself in the mirror many times, and I have never gotten an erection from it. Not once. It's like, what's wrong with me? Whatever. But I was in a long-distance relationship, and those are hard. Long-distance relationships are hard. But not as hard as listening to your friends tell you about how hard long-distance relationships are. That is the toughest part. I have a friend who was like, dude, that is so tough. Long-distance relationship, that's the hardest. That is difficult. And I would be like, oh, have you been in a long-distance relationship? And they'd be like, no. But I saw this episode of Boy Meets World. Or Topanga got a job at SeaWorld. It was so hard on their relationship. You gotta get out of this. But I had one friend who told me it'd be easier to be in a long-distance relationship. And I was like, why is that? And he goes, well, that way if you guys ever got in like a big fight, you'd have to drive like 6 hours if you wanted to hit her or something. I was like, let's stop being friends, Ben Roethlisberger. Thank you guys. I've been Tom Brady.